kind of faith that does not care about your sin. We should only focus on His goodness. To believe upon this faith is very false. It's a very wrong thing. And to build our eternal hope upon it, it's like building our hope on the sand. It won't last forever. So he also stresses that no man has any right to pick and choose among revealed truths. We cannot specifically pick truths in the Bible and talk about it. He says, because God, when He said about the sin, He said, whoever sins, he becomes a slave to the sin. And he's not the son, he becomes a slave. So I think we cannot, sometimes we often choose to believe and pick the truths. We often pick whatever that we want to believe, but he stresses that it is very wrong. And he also quotes another beautiful line that faith in faith is faith astray. To have faith in your faith itself is something that can lead you astray, that can make you fall down, because because we often think that our faith in Jesus Christ will get us to heaven. Yes, it will get us to heaven, but we should not take things granted just because we are the children of God. And he reminds us that we should always be aware of sin, and we should always run away from the sin. So the first act of faith is to believe what God says about the sin. So here the author also stresses that to believe and to have faith is first to believe what God says about the sin. So this verse reminded me when God said about sin, whoever sins is become the slave of the sin, and he has no part in being with the master. So I think today also God reminds us that even though we can be the children of God, but God also wants us to lead a holy life, and we cannot take God granted, and we cannot take the faith also granted. So I hope God will speak to us through this. And please, whoever want to share, please share.